Welcome back to Reeled In. I'm Usman.
I'm Sam.
I'm Alex.
I'm Avery.
And this is a podcast where three film buffs attempt to reel their friend into their world of cinema while she tries to do the same. The friend in question, as always, is Avery. How's it going, Avery? I don't think we ever ask how we're doing and stuff.
I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Usman?
I'm fine. Okay, so this.
Wait. Sam, how are you doing?
It all started when I was 7 years old.
Alright, that's great. Alex, how are you doing?
Sucks for you. Oh my god.
I'm doing great because we're talking about Amadeus.
We are. This week we're talking about Amadeus and Jumper. Jumper is such a cool movie, guys.
He
Anyway,
jumps.
He jumps. He jumps a lot.
The 2008 Doug Liman film Jumper with Hayden Christensen.
Oh yeah.
Summer blockbuster. Anyway, let's not go there. We're gonna start with Jumper. We're gonna start with Amadeus. Sorry.
Yeah.
Which was Alex's recommendation to Avery.
Yeah.
So, Alex, if you wanna talk about why you picked the film and stuff.
Amadeus is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's in my top 4 on Letterboxd. I've seen it quite a few times. It's 3 hours long, so a lot of my life has been dedicated to watching I'm curious
You're
what...
a diehard Amadeus fan.
I am. I'm a diehard Amadeus fan.
Yeah, it's in his top 4.
I love opera and classical music.
I can confirm that Alex does love opera.
He played opera music in my car.
I want everyone to know, when you go out with friends and stuff, in the car, you play good music so everyone, can enjoy it and stuff.
I play good music.
Alex plays opera music when we're hanging out.
It was one time, and it's Gilbert and Sullivan. It's not like
And he knew
Mozart.
all the lyrics to this 13-minute long song.
What was it? The Pirates of
Pirates of Penzance by Gilbert and
Yeah.
Sullivan. It's a classic. It's a classic.
Okay.
Avery. What were your expectations?
All right. Yeah. Well, okay. I wasn't going into this blind because you gave me a little rundown before. Because you mentioned it was 3 hours, and I was like, really? I want to kill myself because I don't. 3 hours is a lot of hours.
What 3-hour films have you seen?
I've seen the Lord of the Rings movies.
Okay.
I've seen the Hobbit movies. I've seen Titanic.
You've seen Oppenheimer?
I've seen Oppenheimer. I've seen the second Avatar. I don't know if that's 3 hours.
That's close to it.
I think that might be
So
it.
you've
I've
seen
Amadeus. I've seen few, but usually when I do, when I would watch Lord of the Rings movies, we would because my dad and I would watch them, we would stop midway, call it a night, and then watch the second half. So it's rare that I do it in one sitting. I did for this movie though.
Good.
So
we should clarify we're talking about the director's cut of Amadeus. We'll get into that. It's about 20 minutes longer than the theatrical cut.
Yep. So yeah, I knew it was about Mozart. So I was like, hey, there's gonna be pianos. Medieval times. I thought it was gonna be Shakespearean language, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I was also told that Mozart acts like SpongeBob. I was told that I would love it, therefore I thought I would hate it. Also, Alex loves this movie, so another reason why I thought I would hate it. And
okay.
So mean.
Oh my god.
So mean.
Yeah, that's basically it. I also have written here. Is anyone here a Glaive fan? Glaive the artist?
No, but you talk about Glaive.
I do. I love Glaive. This was released in 1984, and he has a song called 1984. So I was like,
there's also a book called 1984.
Sure,
Yeah.
but
What are you
Glaive.
talking about?
Never mind.
1980. What does that have to do with Amadeus?
Because it's released in
That's when it's
1984.
1984, but George Orwell. No, let's talk about 1984 and Big Brother.
So yeah, that's what I wrote for expectations.
You know the song "Rock Me Amadeus" by Falco? That's a classic.
Maybe if I heard it, but probably not.
We're gonna listen to "Rock Me Amadeus" after this.
Okay.
Oh god.
Well,
so
it was Avery's first time watching this film, but it
Yeah.
was also my first time watching the film and Sam's first time
Really?
watching Amadeus.
Wow.
Yeah, none of us had
Wow.
seen this film.
Yep.
Whoa.
So there's a lot to talk about. I guess we'll start with Avery.
Before I go into I have very few notes. Alex,
Oh, no.
I really want to know, because this is a top 4 movie for you. What about this movie makes it a top 4 movie for you?
Okay.
There's so we can get into all that. There's so much.
I have like no notes, so please like we can start with Sam and Usman if you want. Like
I guess just briefly to answer that question. Every time I recommend this movie to someone, they always say like, you know, it's a 3-hour-long costume drama period piece movie. Like, I have to be in the mood to watch it. And then they watch it and they go, this is the most fast, like, brisk 3-hour movie. It's so fun. It's so easy to watch and rewatch. It's funny. It's thrilling. It's everything. It's such a perfect movie.
This film has been on my watch list for like 6 years now. And the only reason I didn't watch it is because, I need to be in the mood for this, like, costume, you know, drama, period drama and stuff. But no, it's so much more of a comedy than I thought it would be.
It is.
I thought it'd be like serious drama and stuff, but no, it's really funny. Mozart's a fucking loser. It's really funny.
His laugh.
His laugh is so good.
Oh my god. And his laugh's like a big thing.
Yeah.
Like, even
I mean, it ends the film, right?
It ends
like,
the
isn't
film.
that the last thing you hear
It's
before the
true.
credits start rolling?
Yeah.
So,
Okay, well, I guess Sam and I can talk about what
please
we
go.
thought.
I have very little.
Well, Sam, what did you...
Well, okay, let's maybe talk about what the movie is.
Right,
Aside from this,
okay.
it's about
Right.
Mozart.
Of course, we're doing the podcast all wrong.
Yeah.
Avery, you want
one of you to? It's basically it's the story. Is any of this? I know jack shit.
It's all a
about
true
Mozart.
story, right?
Is this
No, a
like
lot of it isn't.
Oh, is it not?
it isn't historically
We'll get into
accurate.
it.
Okay, basically it's the story of I forget the other guy.
Salieri.
Salieri and how he was jealous of Mozart's music writing ability and how he like took him down, kind of.
Well,
That's how I
took
got
him
it.
down.
Well, he like
It's funny how the movie frames it that way, and he himself says that, but I don't think he took him down.
He,
like,
like,
I mean, I guess in a
was-
way he did, but it
He
was
kind of plotted to, in a way.
he
Yeah.
plotted to, but like it was Mozart's own actions that led to his own like undoing, right? Isn't that the whole thing? At least that's how I
Sure.
look at it. But no, yeah, the movie's about Salieri and Mozart and their relationship and you know, they're like dynamic. Like, you know, Salieri loves music. He has a passion for it. And he works really hard to be this, you know, a famed composer and stuff. While Mozart,
well respected.
yeah, well respected.
You know.
And Mozart, he's just gifted. Like, he's been playing for, you know, royal families and stuff since he was like 6. So
And Salieri always wanted to be a musician, and his father wouldn't let him.
Yep.
And so he prayed to God to kill his father.
Yeah.
And then his father died.
his father died.
And so he saw it as God kind of granting him a miracle.
Yeah.
And so he gave his life to God to
Yeah.
create this music.
Mm-hmm.
And when Mozart comes along and he's like this bumbling idiot
Yep.
who is way better than him,
Yeah,
he sees it as God kind of mocking him
Yeah.
for not being good enough.
he does.
And
yeah.
so he kind of, it's not just about, you know, he's jealous of Mozart. He's mad at God because
Yeah.
he feels like he's been slighted. That, you know, God prefers Mozart. He's giving him his gifts. And that God is speaking literally through
Yep.
Mozart's music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, like, Mozart's music is just that good. Like, he thinks he's like the greatest composer he's ever seen and stuff. And so he just feels it's so fascinating. And I think of this scene, I'm sorry for jumping ahead, but there's this scene where Mozart's wife gives Salieri some papers of his new like composition and
Right,
stuff. And
yeah.
Salieri looks through it and he just drops the paper. And his expression is like, it's a mix of anger, but it's also like he's just so like mystified by the music. He's like, wow, this is the most beautiful thing ever. But I'm
Yeah.
also so pissed off because this guy fucking sucks, you know? And like, I hate this guy. But also the music is beautiful. So
Yeah.
it's a really interesting dynamic.
And
And
this is why I said the SpongeBob comparison. There's an episode of SpongeBob where like SpongeBob gets this piece of paper and he's like playing music with it, and Squidward's mad because SpongeBob's playing it better than he can. And that's what this movie is.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
Like,
much, yeah.
Salieri is jealous of Mozart. There's a great scene, one of my favorite scenes in the movie, where the emperor has to commission Mozart to write this opera.
Yep.
And so Salieri writes just like an entrance march for Mozart. And so he comes in, they play the music, and then they offer him the sheet music. And Mozart's like, oh, don't worry,
It's
I
in
have
my
it
head.
in my head. It's already memorized. And they don't believe him. They ask him to show them, and he plays it better than Salieri wrote
He
it.
even
Yeah.
adds on to it.
Yeah,
he
exactly.
changes it.
He
Yeah.
makes it so much better, and it's like this embarrassing moment for him. And the scene ends with his cackle, and then it cuts to Salieri like in his room, just
Yeah.
filled with rage.
That
It's
cackle,
so good.
it's
Yeah.
just present
It's
throughout the
something.
film. And it's almost like, you know, it haunts Salieri, but it starts
It does,
haunting
it
you.
haunts him.
Yeah.
It haunts him, and it starts haunting you as the audience, too. And
Yeah.
the film ends with that cackle as well.
Yeah.
It's insane. But yeah, no, that, like, dynamic between them, that rivalry almost. It's like I can see how it has like inspired so many films. I remember when Oppenheimer first released.
Right. Yeah.
Nolan talked a lot about how Amadeus inspired Oppenheimer's screenplay because the rivalry between Oppenheimer and, oh my god, I forgot his name, Strauss. Their like whole dynamic is really it takes a lot from Amadeus. And there's so many other movies like Chariots of Fire, any other movies that deals
But I
with
love that this
rivalries.
one is from Salieri's point of
Yeah.
view,
Yeah.
as opposed to Mozart's, even though like he's the guy that you're watching the movie
Yeah.
for, really. It's
Yeah.
called
The movie's
Amadeus.
named
Yeah.
after him.
Yeah, exactly. But it's
And I love
Salieri's
that.
movie.
It's almost like another, like, it plays into the movie. It's like another slight at Salieri. It's
exactly.
like,
Exactly.
it's Salieri's movie, but it's named after Mozart.
yeah.
And like, okay, this is kind of separate in a way, but like going off of, that kind of dynamic between the two. I also just love the acting. Like the
Yes,
acting
it's
in
so
this,
good.
that was
It's
my
so
first
good.
standout when I was watching it. Like, of course, like there's so much to say about this film, but the one thing that always stood out was just the acting. From both the two main actors. I don't know their names, but
F. Murray Abraham is
Yeah.
Salieri, and Tom Hulce is Mozart.
Mhm.
they're
Mhm.
both like amazing in this. Like I was
Yeah.
fully like captured into the world like through their acting.
Yeah.
They were both nominated for a lead actor for this
I believe
movie.
Oh my
one of
God.
them.
The Salieri actor won.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
Wow.
Huh.
look at
Funny.
him.
That is funny.
That is funny.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, the acting's amazing. The set
So good,
designs
yeah.
are so good. Insane production design. And
Mhm.
a little off topic, but like I'm just staring at the poster of the movie, like the default poster of the movie on Letterboxd. It's genuinely like one of the best posters I think I've ever seen.
Mhm.
I love this poster so much. And this poster makes the movie look so like dramatic and
Yeah.
menacing.
And there's
Like-
something about like Amadeus. It
Yeah.
feels so like
Right.
grand.
Yeah.
and, like
It
I don't
does.
know.
Yeah, no, it really
Yeah.
does. Like that name, like Amadeus. It's just yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Sam, what did you think of the movie?
I mean, I already kind of went into it, but I absolutely loved it. I didn't feel like it didn't feel like 3 hours. Like when you
No,
said like,
it
oh yeah, like
doesn't.
most people
No.
say it flies by.
Yeah.
It does fly by. Like I watched it earlier today, and the time was just like passing. I'm like, oh my god, it's already been like 2.5 hours. I'm almost done the film.
Yeah.
I like would check and see how far I was in, and I'm like, there's only half an hour left. Like, and yeah, it absolutely flies by. And yeah, I mean, like with just everything, like, of course, like all the set pieces and the music,
the music's
but also like the
incredible.
acting is just the one thing that I always go back to.
It's one of those like 3-hour movies where like, and there aren't many of them. I can name a few, but like it's like you're watching it and you knowing that it's 3 hours long, you wish that there's more movie.
Yeah.
You're like, huh, I hope this keeps going
Yes,
for a bit,
exactly.
because I want to see more of this.
Yeah.
And not many movies do that
No.
for me, and this is one of them. And I was just
And
like,
that's one of the reasons I prefer the director's cut, because
Yeah.
even though like there's some scenes that they cut out for the theatrical cut that's not super important, but I just like spending time in that world.
Yeah.
Like there's not a single dull moment.
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. Avery,
And
feel
Do
free
you,
to
do
jump
you
in.
know
Okay.
what
Like-
scenes they cut?
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen the theatrical
Oh.
cut, so I don't know exactly. Well, I have
Alex.
no interest.
Well,
There's a few small ones, mostly
Mhm.
with Mozart and the other woman he was with before Costanzi.
Mm-hmm.
The big one, there's a really
Yeah.
important scene. This scene single-handedly makes the director's cut better. There's a scene in the movie, and this is in both cuts. It's the one you were talking about earlier, where Mozart's wife goes to visit Salieri
Yep.
and begging for him to get this position. And after Salieri drops the pages on the ground, she goes and helps him pick it up. And she asks if he got the position. In the theatrical cut, he just kind of silently walks out of the room. In the director's cut, he says, "Come back tonight."
Right.
The implication being he'll trade the position for sex.
yeah.
And then we get the scene where she comes back, she undresses, and then Salieri basically
Rings the
humiliates
bell.
her.
Yeah.
Right. He brings a servant in to have her escorted out of the room. And then there's a short scene after of her crying in bed, and Mozart comes to comfort her. That is
That's-
such an important
That's
scene.
crazy that's not in
That's
I know,
such an
it's
important
insane.
scene.
That is
I
so-
think that goes to show how like almost depraved like he's become.
Yeah.
Almost
Yeah, exactly.
like it's
Because the scene right after that is him burning his cross and vowing to destroy his
exactly.
life.
And I feel like without that scene before the burning of the cross doesn't make much sense.
That's
it's
the
like,
moment that really makes you turn on him and see like just how vindictive he can be, how much this is really affecting him, how much like his anger towards God is affecting the way he's treating Mozart and the people around him, how it's treating his wife. Like it pushes a line that I don't think you really get to that point in the theatrical cut if you don't have that scene.
That's I mean, again, I haven't seen the theatrical cut, but that's such an important scene. Even when watching
it comes
the movie.
back at the end too.
It does.
She has a line saying like, we can't afford a servant to escort you out or something like that.
And also that line in the theatrical cut must make no sense.
I know,
because it's like, okay, why is she so mad at him?
Exactly.
You know?
Like it doesn't make any sense that she's so
that is really strange.
Right, because from their point of view, he didn't do anything to make them mad, right? Like he knows he's destroying his life, but like they don't know that. Like Mozart thinks like he's his friend. Right? So I think having that scene really justifies her reaction at the end.
Yeah, it does. It really does. I guess the other cutscenes must be like small ones.
Just a
that's
few
a
small
big
ones.
one.
I want to talk a little bit about like the operas themselves. Because I mean the big one. What's it? Don Giovanni. I think that's like the big
and
one.
The Marriage of Figaro is the other big one, and then the Magic Flute.
I loved the Don Giovanni play, and with the context of it being like his father's death and stuff, and like him coming back and stuff. I think it's so good, and Salieri's like narration as Don Giovanni's playing is so great. Like he's talking about how like only I knew the context of this, like I knew it was his father coming back to haunt him and stuff, and it's so interesting, this sort of like, I don't know, I just love how this film shows you like Salieri's like spiral into almost insanity. Like it's just so depraved, and he's so obsessed with not even Mozart as like a person, just like the idea of Mozart, like someone so much more gifted than him, but also not really not putting the work in. And also, I'm sorry, I'm going in two different places right now, but like it's interesting because Mozart does put the work in.
He does. Yeah, he works all day on it.
That's all he does.
So seriously.
He does. Yeah. But he's a fucking goofball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he's not like a serious kind of guy, like an aristocrat.
It doesn't like take over his life.
Exactly. I guess. And none of you have seen this show, so there's no point in me bringing this up. But there's a show. It's called Better Call Saul.
Oh, I've seen that.
There's no universe where you have seen Better Call Saul. But I realized that show takes a lot from this movie, because in that there's a lawyer. His name is Chuck, and he's a really serious, he's a really good stand-up lawyer, professional lawyer guy. And then his brother Saul, or Jimmy, is kind of like this fucking goofball. He goes around parading, and he's doing all these weird loopholes to get people out of jail and stuff. And Chuck in one episode just tells him hey, you're not a real lawyer because I've devoted my life to this and stuff like that. And I feel like that reminds me of Salieri and Mozart's dynamic, because Saul, like Mozart, does put the work in. He is like an actual lawyer, but no, it's interesting to look at it that way. Yeah. But no, the operas are Avery, what did you think of the operas and stuff? Did you...
I liked when the bird came out of the horse's butt. That was cool.
She would the other, she would like that one. Yeah,
that was cool.
You have no admiration for classical music.
I think I don't have the appreciation for this movie because I know jack shit about classical.
Neither do I. I know nothing about classical.
That's not my world. I'm not saying it's not. It's just not an interest.
The great thing about the movie is that you don't have to be invested in classical music to like the movie.
I know nothing about classical
music. Because you love that kind of dynamic between them. You understand Salieri, divorced from any specific context or time period. There's something universal about it.
It's a human movie. These are human emotions that I think most people feel. This feeling of envy, jealousy, and pride in yourself, ego, and hurt, anger, sadness. All these are human universal emotions. It doesn't matter if you don't like classical music. It could have been about fucking hockey or something, but it would it's the emotion of it that matters. It just happens to be about classical music with that backdrop. And I think the point about about you not knowing enough about classical music. I know nothing about classical music, but I think it's cool that a movie like this exists because it makes me interested in it. And I'm like, this is interesting. This is like a world that I'm not a part of, that a world that I've never known, will probably never know. And this movie gives me like a place to see what it's like, experience it, and it's so real, it's so well done. I'm like, this is cool. And that's what like good movies do, right? Like you watch movies from like other countries and stuff, and you're like, I don't know anything about what's going on, but this is like their culture, this is something that they do, and I'm getting like a look into this is interesting. I think that's what this movie does.
And especially because a lot of it isn't even real in the first place. It is docu-fiction, whatever you
let's
want
talk
to
about
call
that.
it.
So like, do you know how much of this is like...
I don't know exactly. I'm not an expert on this, but
is Mozart real?
He is real.
Whoa.
Salieri is real.
Whoa.
All these people are real. Apparently Salieri did claim in his later years to have killed Mozart. Apparently that's real, but a lot of it isn't. A lot of it is made up for the movie and basically like dramatizing what that could have been. There are certain things like Salieri in the movie, he dresses in like this black mask and he commissions a death march for Mozart. That happened in the sense that someone anonymously commissioned that piece of music for Mozart. It wasn't Salieri, but someone did.
Okay.
And so the movie imagines that was Salieri, creating this plot around how Salieri was jealous of Mozart and tried to destroy his life.
Well, it says, like, on the Wikipedia for the song, that Salieri confessed to the murder in 1823, shortly before his death, and this was the same year that he attempted suicide.
Do we know how he killed Mozart? How do you think he killed Mozart?
I don't even know if he did.
Well, if he did, I don't know. He makes a point in the movie about like it's so difficult to kill someone with your hands. Like he makes a big point about that in his story.
Right.
Poison the bitch.
I think when the movie is about how he killed Mozart, both literally and thematically, it's not that he actually killed him.
Yeah, no, of course.
And it's not even just about how he like plotted to destroy his life. It's a little more complicated than that, I think. What I get out of this movie is that it's a movie that's partially about kind of the elite class looking down on someone like Mozart, who takes his music so seriously. He's so deeply invested. He's a genius, but he's not like a part of that upper class. He's not an aristocrat. He's not a fancy guy. And I think part of the whole idea of Salieri killing Mozart is more so the suppression of certain musical voices and genius, because it doesn't fit the kind of ideal image of what that should be. So in this particular case, Mozart's music it was able to kind of shine through and last through centuries, but this kind of elitist attitude kills music in a way. And I think that's part of what he feels like kind of regretful for in his later years. I think that's more so, I think, at least thematically, what the movie's about.
Yeah, it's almost as if there's like people of those type of people prioritize the fact that you are like an upstanding individual, you are like an aristocrat over the music itself, you know, because I mean Salieri constantly, and I love the final lines of this movie where he says, "I'm like." What does he say? I'm like the
mediocrities
king
of the world. I'm your patron saint.
Right. Yeah. It's so.
That's such a good line.
It's such a great line. It's great. It's so good.
And all throughout the movie, like Mozart's constantly being suppressed, either by Salieri or the emperor or other people, like saying he has to take the ballet out of his music, saying like he has to do it in a certain language, and all these things that try to suppress his creative voice. And that's the thing that kills Mozart, because he has to prove himself. He has to feel like, you know, he is a serious musician, that people should actually listen to his music, and that causes him to overwork himself. He has a drinking problem. He has all this stuff, and that partially, I think, is what kills him. And also, so in a way, Salieri does kill Mozart.
He does, and also kind of leads him to work with, like, you know, the lower classes of like opera and stuff, like the chicken coming out of the horse and stuff like that.
There was one thing I noticed throughout the film that I'm just curious if you guys have like. Because, like, I know it probably... Like, I'm just curious what you guys think about it, or if you, like, noticed it or, like, made a connection or whatever. But I just noticed, like, in the film, there's such an emphasis on like Salieri having like a bunch of like sweet treats, like
Right,
all
yeah.
the time.
right.
I noticed that
Yeah.
all the time. He's always
the
like,
nipples of Venus.
yeah. Or like even just the first time he sees like Mozart, and like when he goes into like the room with like all the like pastries and like
Right,
sweets and
yeah.
stuff, and he goes to grab one, and then they like rush through the door.
That
but
apparently
there's just-
Salieri did have a sweet tooth in real
Yeah?
life. Yeah.
Was it just like
Relatable.
Yeah.
like a kind
What a
of like,
king.
oh, he was actually like that?
Yeah, like for some reason, I guess somehow like that's part of the historical documents. We
Yeah.
know that about him, and so they were like, put that in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a greater thematic purpose to
I
it.
feel
but,
like
I was
there's,
just-
I don't know.
Shit.
I feel like it's just interesting because there was such like an emphasis put on it.
Right,
Like it wasn't
yeah.
like kind of like
Yeah.
a side thing of like, oh,
No.
this is like a fun little like homage to the real guy.
Mhm.
But it's just like it was it was like there enough that I like noticed it even just like
Yeah.
halfway through the movie.
I mean, you could
and, like,
just say it
kept
helps you
going.
like paint him as upper class.
That's
an
true,
aspect
yeah.
of it.
Maybe,
I'm
yeah,
just
but
curious.
it is interesting because I did notice that, and I was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, what's that about?" Like he makes this. There's a constant like,
Yeah.
and even the opening of the film, it's those two guys being like, "Hey, we're not gonna give you these sweet treats if you don't come out. If you
Right,
don't
Oh,
open the door."
yeah.
It's like a whole thing. Avery, you're not saying much.
I don't have much to say.
What else do you think of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour movie.
It
There's
is a
something-
3-hour movie.
Anything like a scene that jumped out
There,
at
the
you?
only scene that I was like, "Okay, this is funny." I felt like this was very your sense of humor, but
Okay,
also my
yeah.
sense of humor in a way. The when Mozart's dad shows up and he's like at the top of the staircase, all in black, and
Right.
he's supposed to be like evil, and then he
Yeah.
goes, "Dad!" and runs up to him. I was like,
Great,
"That's
yeah.
funny."
It's so good.
It is funny.
Yeah.
Avery, okay, what did you not like about this movie?
I didn't dislike anything about this movie. To me, it wasn't like, okay, maybe I just had higher expectations knowing that it was like one of your top 4 movies. So I was like, hey, there has to be
I feel
something.
like that would lower your expectations.
Well, I was like, okay, there has to be something like very, very standout, unique about this movie to make it one of Alex's top 4. So maybe I was just expecting something else.
Do you think the movie went by fast? Or did
I
you
think
feel
it
the length?
didn't. I have sat through movies that have felt longer. It didn't
Okay.
like go by instantly, I would say. Like, not that it felt long, but it didn't.
I mean,
you know
we'll
what
talk
I
about a
mean?
movie that felt long.
Why, guys? Why?
Jumper does feel a lot longer than Amadeus.
For
And it's
some
half the
reason,
length.
for some really strange reason, I couldn't tell you why. I remember before I watched Jumper with Sam, and before watching it, I was like, oh, it's only 80 minutes. Nice, in and out. No, not in and out at all, for some reason. But we'll get to that.
Yeah.
See, I think Amadeus is just the perfect movie. It has everything I love about movies. It's
Yeah.
beautifully shot. It's one of the most like incredibly put together movies. I love the main character. It's so interesting to watch his spiral downward.
Yeah.
I love a good movie about someone's downfall.
I love
Like,
a
I
good
love
movie about someone's downfall. Oh my god, it's
Yeah.
generally one of my favorite things.
And there's
It's
so many scenes in this movie that I've watched like 30 times probably at least. Like the scene of Mozart playing Salieri's music better than him. I've seen
Right.
that so
Yeah.
many times. I've seen the whole scene at the end of like him on his deathbed and Salieri helping
Yeah,
him write
I
his
love
right,
that.
the big
That-
scene.
yeah.
Let's talk
So
about that for a
good.
second. That scene, I think, is like where like the heart of the film lies.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a film. That's a moment where I can be like, okay, like that moved me. You know, like that could make someone cry. Like that's such a
Yeah.
great scene. This entire film.
It
No,
really
go
did
for it.
happen.
Keep going. Keep going.
No, are you thinking of
I'm
something?
not
Kevin,
thinking
you
of
saying?
any. Continue your
Okay.
thought.
I was just saying that I think it's a really moving scene, this entire
Mm-hmm.
film, where, like, you know, Salieri and Mozart. I mean, Salieri has been at Mozart's neck the entire time.
Yeah.
And then they're like, wait, both of us love music, and you're really good at making music, and I'm
Right.
not too bad either. I think we can do this together. And they do. And at first Salieri's like, dude, you're going too fast. I can't keep up with all this.
Slow down.
Slow down and stuff. But then he's like, wait, I'm getting you now. I'm like, and then he puts it together.
Yeah, they get on the same page.
They do.
It's such a magical scene.
It's actually magical.
It's like, I know you've seen Get Back. There's that great scene where like Paul McCartney writes Get Back.
Oh my god.
And there's so many moments like that in this movie. Like when Salieri's reading the music and it's original music. There's no corrections or anything.
Yeah.
And he's like, this is incredible. This is God speaking through these pages.
Exactly. That's what he says.
It gives you that feeling of watching like this brilliant music being created in front of you, and it just doesn't feel real.
There is something mystical about that.
Yeah.
It's insane to see music, like actually like timeless music being created like before you. And I mean, you brought up Get Back, and I think that's a great example. There's a scene, Get Back is the Beatles documentary about the making of their final album, Let It Be. And there's a moment where Paul McCartney is sitting by himself with the guitar, and George and Ringo are watching him. And he's strumming the guitar, and he comes up with, like, he's just mumbling words, right? There's not even, like, actual English words or anything. He's just mumbling. And he comes up with the tune for Get Back. I'm sure you've heard the song. Maybe you don't recognize it by name, but I'm sure...
Of course she hasn't.
Really? I feel like that's...
She doesn't know anything.
No, but the Beatles... No, you know Beatles. Avery, name 5 Beatles songs right now.
Here Comes the Sun.
We made you listen to that one. You didn't
No,
know that.
I knew that one before.
It's
That was
a
the
B
only
movie.
one I knew before.
B
That was
movie.
the only one I knew
because it's
before.
in the
It's in the B movie.
That was the only Beatles song I knew.
God.
Of course.
Yeah.
The Maxwell's Hammer.
Maxwell Silver Hammer.
The one that's like 25 seconds long.
What? Oh, Her Majesty?
Her Majesty.
Yeah, right.
Something about like Abbey Road or something.
It's in
Abbey
The
Road.
album? Hey Jude. You know Hey Jude.
Hey Jude, yeah, for sure.
Do you know Twist and Shout?
Do you actually not know Hey Jude?
Maybe. Have you guys made me listen to that? Sing it.
Hey Jude, don't make na 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 na.
Okay, the Beatles are from the fucking 70s, if
The
not
most
earlier.
famous band ever.
First of all, the Beatles are from the 60s.
60s.
Second of all,
Actually, the Beatles are from the 60s.
I'm sorry. The Beatles are like the best band of all time. And I know, it's like, oh, Beatles overrated and stuff. They're not. The music is just that good. It just is. Anyone who disagrees just hasn't listened to enough of their music. And I'm so passionate about this. But anyway, the point I was...
Everyone can like their own things.
Sure.
You can like the Beatles and I can like other things.
Well, okay. Well, the point I was making is that it's beautiful to see music being made. Like, it's actually magical. Because, like, Paul McCartney just comes up with Get Back the same way Mozart and Salieri come up with that, the Death March. And I think it's beautiful. Avery, what did you think of that scene? Well, did you think it was, like, a standout scene in the movie?
I wouldn't say so. I understand how it was a big scene, like plot-wise, because then he kind of like dies at the end.
Did you think it was just like another scene in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
For me personally, I'm sorry.
It's one of the best scenes ever. It's so
I'm
good.
so- it was like there's nothing wrong with it.
It makes me want to cry because of how good it is. It makes me sob. It's such an emotional scene because it's so good. It makes me believe in the magic of cinema. You think it's just okay? It's so good.
No, I get that.
It's
Yeah,
so
it's
good.
not only is it just like an emotional scene, like as for where the story is, but it's just that good. It's just a really good
makes
scene.
you
good.
You ever see something, Avery, that's so well made that you're just like, you feel like overwhelmed with emotion? Does that ever happen to you?
Because that's what happens with Salieri. He's overwhelmed listening to this genius. And that's why I go watching this movie.
Has that ever happened to you, Avery? Like
I couldn't
anything?
think of. I don't know. I couldn't think. Nothing's coming to
Like,
mind.
you ever, like, even go to a museum and you see something and you're like, that's just... It's so... you don't go to museums. Of
I
course.
work at a museum. Fuck you. God. Asshole.
Yeah, go to a museum.
I don't think there's anything that, like, there's things that I like. There's nothing that I'm like,
Well, yeah.
this makes me believe in the art
No,
of
okay,
cinema.
maybe not that pretentious, but like if you see,
Oh, Alex, so pretentious.
Yeah.
No, but like, you see something and you're just overwhelmed with emotion. You're like, oh, this is so well made. Like, I can't believe someone made this and like this exists.
Her at the
Sure,
Tate McRae
there's-
concert when she starts pole dancing.
That's how I felt when Tate McRae started pole dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but like, on
Her
a
belly
serious
button
note,
I mean, I'm sure there's some songs that I really like that I'm like, oh, this is
Yeah,
a really good
that's fair.
song.
Okay,
but I don't feel that way really with movies as much.
that's fair. I mean,
More songs
fair.
than anything.
that's fine. I mean, I'm glad you feel that way with songs, at least. I mean, I feel that way with like a handful of movies. I think. Sam, do you feel that way about
Where
any
like
movies?
I feel
or like anything?
Overwhelmed with
overwhelmed.
emotion.
I'm trying to think of like I'm sure I have. Like I'm blanking on like examples of like just
Black
very
Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Black Swan. You said Black
For
Swan.
me,
Okay.
go for it.
I really can't think of anything in this moment, but like I get what you mean. Like I
Yeah.
completely
Yeah.
understand because
the-
I've definitely felt that way before. I just
Mhm.
can't.
Yeah. The first thing I think of is the Return, like Twin Peaks: The Return.
Yeah.
Just can't believe something like
You
that.
would say that.
Avery, I swear to God. One day,
Oh God.
one day you will watch it. I don't
I-
care how long it takes. You will
Ugh.
watch it, and I can't believe that exists. I just don't understand how someone made that and that got put on like national television. I think that's fucking insane that they allowed that, and it's. But no, this isn't about Twin Peaks, so we'll stop. Amadeus. Well, I loved the movie. Saw it for the first time. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Sam, you loved it.
I loved
Avery.
I'm neutral about it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I'm just neutral about it. Like, it was a movie.
Okay, so let's do final ratings then.
Alex is so sad.
He's
What would
so
you, what
sad.
would you give it?
You guys go first.
No,
you
you go
I
first.
have it as a 5 out of 10. To me, it's very neutral. It's very, like, there's things that I appreciate about the movie.
Alex is crying
I-
right now.
I could, you know what? I'll
Sobbing.
bump it to a 5.5.
I thought she'd say bump it to a 6. She's at 5.5.
So mean.
Fine, but, like, there's things, like, I like the acting. It was a story. It told a story. There were
Right,
things,
I
the
think a
costumes.
movie does. Like, until
I enjoyed the costumes I can appreciate. I'm not really, I appreciate the blocking on the different operas because that probably that
wow.
probably took a lot to make. I'm just saying this because I've been in plays before, so I know
that
part.
was big.
Thank
That
you.
was great.
So there's
That
things
was so
about the
big.
movie that I appreciate. I have nothing negative to say about the movie per se, but Alex is depressed. But like, I don't think I would ever watch this again. It's a movie.
Do you not like the movie because it's about classical music and you just don't
No,
like
it
classical
was like
music?
to me it's very neutral. It was like I feel like when I watch this, truthfully, I'm gonna say something that might break your heart. When I watched this movie, I felt like I had already seen a bunch of movies similar to
That's
this.
because they come from this, though. Like, this is kind of like the
Well,
genesis
but, okay,
of all
well,
of
maybe
that, I feel like.
okay. Sure,
At least
but
to me, at least.
Yeah.
I could okay, but I feel like this is something that like I watched in middle school music class. And
I
was
think
like,
that's
I
fucking
just-
insane.
But like that's like the type of stuff that was played, and I was just like, okay, I feel like I've seen this. But when I went into this, I was like, okay, there has to be some sort of unique thing because this is one of your.
many unique things about it. It's
I have it very neutral. I didn't hate it. I didn't love
Okay,
it.
Alex, why don't you name a few things that are like unique to you about this film, and let's see if like
Yeah,
Avery
what's like
resonates
okay.
with.
I think I love movies about the creation of art and the creative process. And I love that this movie is about that from the point of view of someone who is not just jealous, but someone who feels so incapable and inadequate of performing at that level, of being that kind of genius. And specifically how it's about that in relation to his relationship with God. How he feels it's God mocking him through Mozart for not being good enough. That is such an interesting idea to me and how they explore that.
Yeah.
And I never grew up religious, so I don't have like strong attachments to kind of religious themes in movies in that way. But this is the one like religious movie that I really deeply connect with, I think. Something about it really hits for
I
me.
love that you brought that up, and I guess we can get into this a little bit. But I love that aspect of Salieri where he's like, God's just mocking me. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not a religious person at all, and maybe this is gonna sound stupid, but like when I was a kid, when I was younger, I used to pray sometimes, and sometimes like no, hear me out. I used
Pray
to
for some chicken tendies.
no, like I mean like
Please stop that chicken tendies.
I can't. Please have mom stop at McDonald's on the way.
no. I'm actually like I mean this. Like when I was
Alright.
younger, I used to pray and stuff, and this is such a like I mean this is like in my kid mind this is how I saw it, but I'd pray for something and sometimes the complete opposite of said thing would happen.
Yeah.
Right? I'd pray for something good for myself and something bad would happen to me, or I'd feel sad, I'd feel hurt, and at the end of the day I'd ask myself as a kid like, this fucking sucks. I prayed for this and I didn't get it. Are you like am I doing something wrong? Am I not praying enough? Am I praying wrong?
Right.
Like am I at fault here? Like why is God doing this to me? And I feel like I mean there's plenty of reasons why I'm not religious now, but I think that is what started that. I think that's what led me down this train of thinking of like, God just doesn't like me, so I'm just going to stop praying. And then that led to like a billion other things. But that's partly why I'm not religious now. And that part of the movie really resonates with me. This idea of God just mocking you and just making you feel like you're not like good enough for something.
Right, and he like dedicated his life to
exactly.
God. Right? He thought that God granted him a miracle, and that God is like looking out for him, and he feels betrayed.
Yeah,
right. I think
and
that's so effective.
It's so interesting because, like, well, okay, this makes it seem like I'm like anti-religion, but I feel like especially with this kind of like mindset, it's so kind of like self-centered in a way because it makes it seem as if because like all of these things that are happening around you are all done by like the decisions of the people around you. Like we're all kind of impacting each other's world even when we don't know it just by the decisions that we're making. And it's like to think that like everything around you is because of this one being that's controlling it just for the sake of like your life is really, I don't know. It's like it's kind of like thinking like everybody else is robots that are being like mind controlled.
It's such a strange
and you're the only
thing.
person that like, you know, this actually impacts.
And this is like a thing. I'm so sorry. This is also again off topic, but like religious people, and I've seen someone say this to me, right? Someone I was talking to like some adult person at some family gathering about something, and he's like a really religious person, and we were just talking about things happening in the world and stuff like that, and somehow we brought up like, oh, there's a bad thing happening in I don't know, let's say Africa or like Gaza, for instance, right? Like there's like these kids dying and stuff, and he said, yeah, no, these kids' lives, like it's so tragic. I think it's a lesson for us, you know, like this is like a lesson for us, an opportunity for us to learn. And I think it's fucking insane to look at people's lives as like a lesson for yourself and like dilute it down to just that, like, oh, he's dead, so like that's for me, and I'm gonna learn from this, you know. It's not just a life by itself. Again, this isn't related to the movie. It's just a slight on like religious people, I guess. But, if you're religious and you listen to the podcast, you're fine.
Kind
you're
of just
great.
talking about. I mean, it's very like I don't think people like intend for it to be so like you know self-centered, but like when you think about it, it kind of is because it's kind of like thinking that the world revolves around you and everything else gets skewed based on like you know the decisions you make in a way. Whereas like
I mean this is a whole conversation.
No,
I think there's positives and negatives to religion. I think anyone who is what I would call an extremist, quote unquote, who like it like
like terrorists.
No, like it it completely like takes over their like they like dedicate their entire that I think isn't the healthiest mindset, but I do think there are some positives to religion.
The negatives with religion aren't about the religion itself. It's about the people who weaponize it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sure.
Like,
and even in this movie, like the elite class using religion as justification to enforce a certain set of rules against like you know the working class, and about like there's certain standards of what's acceptable in the opera, and they use religion as a tool to you know suppress creativity, to suppress any kind of revolution, right? And it's weaponized in that sense. It's weaponized by Salieri in a way, and that's you know. But it can also be a good thing if it makes you you know have a certain set of values or whatever.
Exactly.
You know.
Like it's not like I'm sure. Like I mean I know people who like for religion it's a very like you know personal thing. It's more like you know for them, right? But it's like I feel like when you have this kind of like perspective of everything that is like so like it's not personal, but it's like self-centered, like almost like blocking the entire world off as if like nobody else exists except for you. It's kind of like, whoa. Yeah. And like I don't have anything against religious people or anything like that, and I think religion can be helpful for a lot of people.
I'm sure, like, I honestly aspire to be as like spiritual and faithful as like some religious people are. I think you must be at peace being so like close to God and stuff like that. And I think it's
and that can be very self-destructive. Like with Salieri, his relationship with God is very self-destructive.
But yeah, like Alex said, I love the idea of like a character or someone just sort of thinking that they're like damned by God. You know, I think that's such an interesting thing.
So what would you? We're still on ratings,
right? I mean, I give this a 9 out of 10. I can see it going up to a 10, but like let me sit with it for a bit. I just watched it, so like you know. Sure.
I also have it at 9, where it's like he still seems like sour.
Are you sad? Like,
are you sad over a 9? Are you kidding me? That's like next to perfect. Are you gonna?
I'm so sad,
Alex. I'm sorry. This isn't my favorite movie of all time.
What did you? I'm sorry. If you're sad with a 9, are you gonna like slit my throat? Like what? I'm dead. I'm gonna get
guys. Podcast over. Avery's gonna be dead.
He's gonna show up.
Cry after.
No, like I can't point out anything that like brings it down to a 9. Yeah. It's just kind of like, kind of like what I just need to sit with it. I literally watched it like 2 hours before we started.
On your like 5th rewatch, you'll give it a 10.
Yeah.
5th rewatch.
How many times have you seen this?
I've seen it 3 times fully, but there's scenes I've seen like 20, 30 times.
So that's like 10 plus hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Anyways, if it wasn't obvious, I'd give it a 10.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's in his top 4.
I wonder.
It's one of my favorite movies.
Alex loves the movie.
Yeah,
no, like I love how the film just. But no, I love the film. Oh, well, one more thing.
I think we gotta move on.
I love the makeup in this film, and it actually won an Oscar for that. The makeup is fantastic.
It won Best Picture. I don't know if we mentioned
it. Did. It won a bunch of Oscars. Like this film is really like it was like a box office hit. Mm-hmm. It made $90 million. Yeah. The budget was like $16 million. Not that any of that matters. It also won a bunch of awards, and it just jumps from one thing to another. Yeah. Like how we're gonna jump to our next movie called Jumper. I only said that actually.
Jumpers, 2008.
Jumping for
summer
joy for
Doug Liman. Doug Liman also directed a few movies. Is it Lyman? Is it Lehman?
I think it's Lyman.
Okay, well, Doug Liman, he's directed some actually good movies. He directed Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Brad Pitt.
That's a good movie.
Angelina. He directed.
I haven't seen that one.
He directed Edge of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow.
No, I love Edge of Tomorrow.
I'm such a big fan of Edge of Tomorrow. Not because it's Tom Cruise, but I actually love Edge of Tomorrow. He directed The Bourne Identity. Which
shit! Yeah, he did Chaos Walking. Yo, he's done a lot of stuff.
He did do Chaos Walking.
I like how that's he did Swingers. He did American Made, another Tom Cruise movie. He did Roadhouse like last year, I think, or maybe 2 years ago. And he did Jumper. His 2008 summer blockbuster. I have no idea if these movies come out in the summer. I'm just calling them summer blockbusters because I think it's funny.
Like a summer blockbuster,
Let's
starring Hayden Christensen,
Wait, it came
Rachel.
Out in February? That's crazy.
Okay, Rachel Bilson.
We'll call it a summer blockbuster.
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson's in this movie. Kristen Stewart's in this movie.
Kristen Stewart. Anna. What's her name? Anna.
Oh, Anna Sophia Robb.
Yeah, that girl.
Also, Tom Hulce, who plays Mozart. He's in this. Who? In the movie we just talked about.
No, I know, but who does he play in Jumper?
He plays the teacher.
Oh my god, he is!
1 minute into the movie, he has 2 seconds of screen time when he's in class. He's the teacher.
That's crazy.
Mozart's in Jumper.
There's our link.
Dude, Mozart be jumping.
Mozart do be jumping so true.
Mozart be jumping.
Dude, this is insane. Anna Sophia Robb's in the movie. She was also in Bridge to Terabithia, which is a great film. We love Bridge to Terabithia. Anyway,
I just saw Alex's rating.
I have my Letterboxd page open looking at the cast, and she saw my rating.
Let's talk about it.
Don't worry about it.
Let's talk
you
about
haven't
Jumper.
rated the highest. I'm just gonna say that.
Avery,
yes. What's the movie about for you guys?
It's about a guy who jumps.
It's about Jumper. He jumps.
Right. So Anakin Skywalker's in this movie, and also Mace Windu.
I'm sorry, do you know his actual name in the movie? Like his character's name?
David.
David
Rice. That's his
David
full
Rice.
name.
Very
Love
important.
That name.
I love
Yeah.
rice. I like
I
rice.
do love
Rice
rice.
is-
What's your
rice
favorite
is
rice
yummy.
dish, guys?
I like, oh my god, poulet rouge. Have you guys, oh my god. You need to go there.
I saw it. Like I went inside and it came out.
You know, I have a coupon that's buy one, get one free if you want to try it.
Yeah?
you can
You
get
should
it
go
for free.
Bully Road.
All
Yeah,
right.
nice.
Anyways,
Do you like New York fries?
we've been to New York.
Love New York
It
fries.
is so
Veggie- guys,
unrelated.
I want everyone
It
who's
always brings
listening.
it back to chicken tendies and fries. Oh, no matter what.
I want everyone to
Oh,
get
God.
out and try the veggie fries from New York
Oh
fries.
my
They're
God.
so good.
Anyways, Jumper.
God, I'm craving them now. Okay, anyway. Jumper. Okay, let's talk
Yes,
about Jumper.
So, yes. What is the movie about?
So
What's
Hayden,
the plot of the
Hayden
movie?
Christensen is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
He plays a guy and he jumps, which means he can like teleport.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? He's standing on some ice and he falls in the ice and he like teleports
To
into a
library,
library,
yeah.
right?
That's
the
when he
Peterborough
first
Public Library,
discovers-
by the way. Fun fact.
Sorry, what?
Sure.
The Peterborough Public Library.
Okay.
That's where they
Ooh.
shot that,
Mhm.
which is cool.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then Mace Windu shows up and he's like, I don't like your kind. I don't like people who jump.
Yeah. Mace Windu just like a racist guy. He's just like, oh, I don't like jumpers, man.
Yeah.
These fucking
I
jumpers.
fucking hate them.
Fucking jumpers.
Fucking jumpers. They need to stop
They
jumping.
just go there and killing all the
Yeah.
jumpers.
Oh, my Lord.
And
Poor
yeah,
jumpers.
yeah, and Anakin's like, why do you hate me?
I just jump.
Just jump.
Jumping.
Why do you hate me?
I'm just jumping, man.
I like that this
Oh,
movie
my
invented
Lord.
a slur for people who teleport. It's so fun.
This is my favorite slur. Let me just say, I love Jumper so much. Jumper is so good. But no,
Oh,
so
no.
the whole thing is that Mace Windu is just trying to.
I love how you refer to him as Mace Windu. That's-
Anakin and Mace Windu. It's literally...
I will say, before we get into it, there was a clip of this movie that did go
Right,
viral.
yeah, what was the clip?
There's a scene in the movie where Samuel L. Jackson shows up to Hayden Christensen's apartment and starts like beating the shit out of him.
With his big stick.
And everyone in the Star Wars community is like Mace Windu and Anakin in like the afterlife when Mace Windu like beats the shit out of Anakin for chopping off his
He
arm.
literally killed me to like defend this monster. He's shooting electricity
Yeah.
at me.
Yeah,
He's
Oh,
just
anyways.
a jumper, man. What did
Yeah.
he do?
And then his stick is like an electricity
Yes,
stick.
It is,
okay.
yeah.
It's like giving him a taste
This
of
is
the living.
basically
Yeah.
Star
Oh
Wars,
my
yeah.
Lord.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the movie is basically David. Sorry, not
Okay,
David.
no, I'll explain the movie.
No, I'm explaining it.
Okay.
Anakin is just running from Mace Windu because he's like, don't kill me, and Mace Windu is like hell-bent on killing him. But then Anakin finds other people who are also jumpers. He does find Jamie
Right,
Bell,
yeah.
who's Griffin. That's the
Griffin.
guy he plays. Jamie Bell is also in The Adventures of Tintin. Love that movie. But he finds
He's
Jamie...
also the thing in Fan Four Stick.
He's the thing?
Yeah.
I love Fan Stick.
I love that movie.
Is that the one with Miles Teller?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the one where he gets his famous catchphrase, "It's clobber in time," because his brother used to say that to him when he beat the shit out of him. Good movie.
Great movie. But yeah, no. So he finds Jamie Bell Griffin, and it turns out that there's like a whole there's like a whole society of jumpers, basically.
Society of the Jumpers.
Yeah.
The Society of the Jumpers, yeah.
Jeez.
And there's like all these jumpers and stuff. Oh, also there's like a love interest. There's Rachel Bilson who plays
Millie.
Millie Harris, yeah. And
Oh yeah.
So,
there's a love interest.
there
in
is a
this
love
movie,
interest. So
I
young
forgot.
Millie is played by the girl from Bridge to Terabithia.
Yes, Anna, whatever.
Yeah, and the adult Millie is played
Rachel
by
Bilson.
who has never been in another movie, so never mind.
No, she's in the like bucket list or something. The to-do
What?
list. The to-do
Bucket
list. The to-do list.
Oh, I know
Why
that
do you
movie with
know
Aubrey
that-
Plaza.
what?
She's also Rachel Bilson is most known for a role in The OC, which
Oh.
is a good TV show.
Oh,
shit.
the OC.
The OC has a character that really likes Death Cab for Cutie, which is one of my favorite bands.
There we go.
Nice, we love the OC.
Anyways, sorry.
But yeah, so yeah, there is a love interest, and basically Anakin, he abandons young Millie because he starts jumping or something, I guess. But then he comes back to his hometown, and he's like, hey, oh, by the way, the bully is still there, and like he gets bullied and stuff. But then, he finds Millie, and they're like, hey, let's go to Rome. And she's like, what? Rome? And he's like, yeah, let's just go to Rome, man. And so they get on a plane, they go to Rome, they get in a taxi, they go to the hotel, and then Millie's like, hey, how do you have so much money? Are you like a banker or something? He's like, yep, I'm a banker. And then, they go to like the Colosseum. They break into the Colosseum. By the way, was this actually shot inside of the Colosseum?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Because that's insane. I don't know how they allowed that. That's insane. But they go inside the Colosseum and then they get jumped. Funny, huh?
Whoa.
The jumpers being jumped.
Whoa.
They get jumped by the other jumper and like the other guys, whatever that thing. Like, basically, the movie's just like a cat and mouse type of thing where like Mace Windu is trying to find Anakin and kill him, and Jumper is wrestling with like his mom and like why his mom left him and stuff, and turns out his mom actually works for the people that catches jumpers. And it's, I will give the movie this, it's an interesting dynamic that they never get into at all, because they thought that this movie would get a sequel for some reason. And
well, it did.
Did it?
There's a sequel TV series that ran for 2 seasons on YouTube Red.
There's no way.
What?
On YouTube Red?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
This movie is based off of the book series.
YouTube Red?
And Doug Liman directed the pilot. It's a YouTube Red original series.
That's crazy.
It's a canonical sequel to the movie.
That's crazy.
This movie is based off of the 3 books. I forget the names of the other 2. It's like basically there's a book series that this book is based off of. So it was supposed to be a trilogy.
But yeah, there is an interesting dynamic where the mom, her son turns out to be a jumper. It's like a thing you're born with, right? Mm-hmm. And she works for the people who kill these jumpers. And so she's like, I think I should just leave. I should just run away. Yeah. Which is an interesting dynamic that the movie just never talks about much, which sucks, because I think that is
I think they were going to explore that in the next 2 movies. There's a lot of loose ends in this movie.
Many.
Like, the ending isn't the greatest, which I'm sure you guys will talk about.
Kristen Stewart shows up for 2 seconds.
Sure, but I do think that with knowing that there would have been 2 more movies, I think it was an interesting concept for...
I do like that dynamic of the mom being like the one who catches jumpers and her son being one. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Mace Windu finally, they're fighting each other and stuff, and turns out Jumper can actually jump a building, because he's just crazy like that. And so he jumps this entire building to save Millie and stuff. And then, they just ride off into the sunset, basically, to live happily ever after. Until his mom comes for him. Because his mom says to him at the end of the movie, I'm giving you a head start. Mm-hmm. And then, that's the movie, basically. It's about Jumper jumping and Mace Windu trying to find Jumper and kill him.
I love how I went to go see what the book that it's based on is, and I love the very broad way it describes it. It says, it tells the story of David, a teenager who escapes an abusive household using his ability to teleport. As he tries to make his way in the world, he searches for his mother, who left him when he was a child, develops a relationship with the woman from whom he keeps his ability secret, and is eventually brought into conflict with several antagonists.
Several antagonists?
Just brought into...
There are antagonists.
It's describing the concept of a narrative.
Exactly.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
That's how this movie feels.
I feel like there is so much that they could have done with this. I think it's actually interesting. I actually think it's not the worst thing ever made.
I will say for the first half an hour, I was into it. I was like, this is pretty good actually.
Yeah. I actually love the way they show the jumping, the teleporting. I think
that's such a good effect.
It's such a good effect.
Weight to it. It feels like he's actually disoriented moving to the next place.
I love the shaky camera and stuff. I will say this movie's editing itself, the cuts are fucking awful. It's unbelievably bad.
The editing of the jumping, I think, is pretty good.
Yeah, the jumping itself was fine. The action's good. The rest of it is really shockingly bad, and I'm surprised it's that bad. But the rest of it's fine. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I think it's an interesting concept. I think there's so many interesting dynamics that they just never get into. I don't know why.
Because there's 2 more movies. There would have been 2 more.
That's not how you do
would have been
2
more. This one was good, though.
I just don't think that's how movies work.
I feel like like movies that can't really stand alone, even if you haven't like there hasn't been a sequel, or like there was supposed to be but it didn't happen, or you just haven't seen it.
Right.
If you need to like watch a sequel to feel like fulfilled with the movie, I feel like it kind of failed.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It looks so sad.
A good example of that, speaking of Hayden Christensen, is Star Wars. When he made that movie in 1977, he planned a trilogy. But the original movie still works as its own movie. So even if those sequels weren't made, it's still a good movie. Right?
Yeah.
Like,
fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many other ones where you would think, oh, it's so dependent on a sequel and stuff, but the movie stands on its Dune Part 1, I think. A lot of people think that Dune Part 1 doesn't work at all without Part 2, and I think Part 2 adds on a lot to the movie, but Dune Part 1 stands perfectly by itself, I think. I think it tells a well-rounded story and stuff. But yeah, Jumper,
I'm out of things to say.
All right, I'll get into it then. All right, so I think
talk for 30 minutes about how you love Hayden.
No,
Hey, we have a challenge for you.
Shirtless.
Talk about this movie without mentioning shirtless Hayden Christensen. Talk about this movie.
You have nothing to say now.
I first learned about this movie because of Hayden Christensen. Because
You
no,
failed.
he's not. I never mentioned shirtless. I never mentioned he was shirtless.
You heard he was shirtless in it.
No, listen. If you search up Hayden Christensen, the first movie that comes up besides the Star Wars movies is this movie.
Because he's in shit because he's a bad actor.
I truly don't think he's that bad of an actor.
I think he's fine as Anakin. I think he's
awful,
he's
man.
fine.
Anyways,
He's fine.
I watched this movie
so
a
bad.
few years ago and I really liked it. I liked various things about this. I liked one that I think there is some realness to it in the sense that if you're 15 and if you know how to teleport, you would rob a bank. You would do that. There is some realism to it.
It does, like, dealing with teenagers having superpowers, it does do that realistically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't think a teenager with superpowers would be like, I'm going to save the planet. No, you're going to rob a bank.
He'd rob a bank.
Yeah, that's fair.
He'd, steal a car or whatever. They don't steal a car till later. My bad. But he does explore it is very a real movie to a degree. I also really like a lot of the concepts that they introduce. One of the things that I think is really fascinating about this movie is how Samuel L. Jackson's character is able to open up these portals after they jump, therefore normal people can learn how to jump. I think that is something that okay. I just think it's I think this movie had a lot of potential in terms of what it is and the story.
It does. It has so much potential. That's the thing.
Yeah, and I think obviously it wasn't the greatest, it wasn't perfectly executed, but I do think that there was a lot of potential, and I do think that they should have made it into a trilogy.
Now, personally, when I watch a movie, I don't necessarily judge a movie based on whether it has potential.
Well, it also has everything I like in a movie.
What?
There's some action, there's some young love romance, there's some funny moments.
What?
There's
She's to defend abduction.
That's what I like in a movie.
I want to ask you something. Name some of your favorite romance movies, just off the top of your head. Just name some. That's fine.
I can't think of any right now.
Take a moment. That's okay. There's no way you watch this movie and think, "Wow, that young love romance is so beautiful." There's no fucking way.
No, but I still like a fun. I like a young romance arc, and then it's like, oh, she's in danger, or he's in danger, and they have to save each other and be there for each other.
No,
it's like Spider-Man, where Gwen
That's a good romance. Yes! It's well done. This is not though. Abduction, the same thing. It's not. It's a nothing romance.
She's not a character. She's not even a character.
Yeah,
she wants to travel the world.
Okay, me too. What the fuck?
And that's a character trait. She wants to travel the world.
Well, it's a good thing she's dating a guy that can literally
She's dating a jumper.
Yeah. She's dating him for his jumping abilities.
Fucking jumpers, dude.
I feel like it just the movie doesn't really make you she's being no, I just she's getting she got taken from the Samuel L. Jackson's character.
Mace Windu.
Mace Windu.
Yeah. And like she's just like, oh no, and he's like, oh, I gotta save her, and it's like you don't really like care because you don't care about these characters. That's one thing.
Oh my
like,
god, that's another thing. These characters are not like real characters. They're like, movie characters. They're not like real people. You say that about
every movie I recommend. What?
It feels like they feel like they feel like tropes or like stereotypes in a way. Like they feel like they're trying to embody a certain type of person rather than just like being a person.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
That's exactly it, actually. Yeah. You know, there's a scene in the movie at the start where he's sitting in his apartment and he's watching TV, and there's people like facing a flood, like, and stuff like that, and people like drowning. And you know, I watched that scene and I thought, okay. Hold on. I thought he was gonna save them or something. He's gonna jump.
Right, the person on the TV is like, I wish someone would come and save these people from drowning.
And then Jumper, he's watching this on the TV, and he just goes to London. He's standing on the big bed. Although I love the opening of this film. He's like, dude, I just got like a chick's number from Denmark, and oh god, I just went to New York a couple minutes ago, had a sandwich, had a bunch of sex. I'm so fucking cool. God, I'm Jumper, dude.
I'm Jumper, dude.
Jumper.
You know what? Honestly, like, I'll give it props that it probably is realistic. Like, it is like you guys mentioned this, but it is realistic in that way. That like I feel like most people, if they did find out they had superpowers, would probably just fuck around with it.
Yeah, it's like
even
debauchery,
if they saw, they probably would just kind of like turn a blind eye and like do whatever they want for fun.
Doesn't do it well.
No, it doesn't.
Because that scene with the flood and he goes to the Big Ben, I think that's interesting. It's like, oh, he could use these powers for good, and instead he's being a fucking like kid. You know, that's interesting.
Yeah,
the movie doesn't do that.
They don't explore it whatsoever.
Here's the thing, is if you're gonna start that way, you either have to have an arc where he learns to be a hero.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you lean into him being an asshole.
Yeah.
And it kind of does neither. It becomes about just having to kill Mace Windu.
It's just like,
Mace Windu, though.
He leaves him to die of starvation.
No, he leaves him on a cliff. And he said, I could have saved you. I could have teleported you to the sharks.
He leaves Mace Windu in a fucking cave in fucking some desert. And Mace Windu's like, this is a minor inconvenience.
He's so chill about it. He's so standing there. He's like, oh.
He like turn-foiled again.
It's like, oh, this sucks. Well, I guess I'll climb back and find my way.
He's like, God, not again.
Oh, darn. We'll get him next time.
These fucking Jumpers.
I'll get him in the sequel.
And it's like he's dead. He's in the middle of fucking nowhere. God. But yeah, the movie becomes about killing Mace Windu. That's what it becomes about.
It's like, there is potential with that kind of like...
So much potential.
With that kind of like, oh, like, you know, he has these powers, but he just doesn't use them for good. And it's like, it just feels like it's like a kind of like... a dead end. Like it doesn't reach anything. It just kind of stops and it takes its brand new route with like this very stereotypical, like, you know, like, oh, like, kind of like cat and mouse and like, you know, damsel in distress, gotta save her.
But the thing is, the romance, there's no way you like the romance in this movie.
I think it's fun.
You know what's really funny is she criticized Amadeus for not doing anything she hasn't seen in other movies. Mm-hmm. What the fuck is this movie?
I like these types of movies.
In 10,000 like YA movies.
They teleport.
They jump.
They jump.
Jumping.
They jump.
Alex, name one other movie with jumpers.
You can't.
Like Nightcrawler and X-Men. I don't know.
Nightcrawler?
By the way, this movie is co-written by Simon Kinberg, who wrote most of the X-Men, like the prequel movies.
What a lad.
No, like, the thing I'm saying is that, like, the romance in this isn't believable. I like the whole damsel in distress, like, oh, save me, please, someone.
I don't.
No, okay. I shouldn't say I like it. I'm saying it can be
Friggin' women.
done in a better way than this. You know, like Spider-Man in a way is like the whole damsel in distress thing. Like, oh, save me, someone, please, and Spider-Man comes by and saves her.
Right, but she's also a character.
Yeah, she's like a
Yeah.
real person. And this, like, she's just like, oh, we need like a female for this movie. And we're just that's what that is. That's actually what that is.
Female. Get a female in this.
That's actually what that is. And I mean, the damsel in distress trope by itself, I think is fucking garbage. But if you
Just
are
said he liked it.
no, that's not what I meant. I think it's garbage, but if you are into that sort of thing, I think there's movies that do that better though than this, because there's like movies,
Here's what I want you to do, Avery. I
Okay.
want you to describe the love interest in this movie. Like,
Yeah.
what is her character?
Millie.
Like, what does she want? What's her desires? You know?
Millie is a girl, and she basically, I'm not done! She's a girl, period. That's it. She's a girl that basically, she has always dreamt of traveling the world. In high school, she had like a list of all places she wanted to go, the first one being Rome. She has a not so great household, I'm pretty sure. I forget.
No, there's nothing.
Nothing.
About that.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
not-
there's like a line or two. Whatever. Anyways, she.
Are you making stuff up now?
No.
Okay.
Keep going.
Anyways, so then she never gets to travel the world, so she stays in her hometown of, I don't know what their hometown is, but then she works at a bar, and then Hayden Christensen comes in, and he's
Right,
like, hey,
but-
want to travel the world
Right,
with
but
me?
what's
And
her
then
character? Like, what is like her deal? Like, what's
She wants to travel the world. That's it.
I spoke for so long about Salieri's character and how profound that character is and how well he's written. And the
Mhm.
most you can say about the
She
second main
wants
character
to
of this
travel
movie.
the world. She stands up for what she believes
Does
in.
she?
She does. She stands up against the bully in the flashback when the bully throws the...
After he
the-
throws the thing away.
Yeah. And she's like, don't do that.
Fucking, I'm sorry, and I know you're gonna hate on this, but even the Mission Impossible movies have a believable romance.
Oh, here we go.
And they have a more believable romance than this. Because like the female characters are like actual characters, like Ilsa from Mission Impossible 5 and
Is she
6.
a love interest?
Kind of. It's kind of implied that she's a love interest.
Oh,
There's
so is the wife. I don't know her name.
well, she disappears after like the sixth
third
movie. Like she's there for a little bit, but then she's gone. My point is that these characters, like Haley in 7 and 8, they're actual characters. They have like their own skills. They have their own motives
Yeah.
and stuff. What's her name again?
Millie.
Millie has nothing.
She's like just an object that this like main character is like trying to protect.
Right, yeah.
And then we just threw in that she wants to travel so that it makes some
Yeah,
type
and
of
like, you know,
connection
if you're
between
like
them.
So that we would buy that she would be in love with him
Exactly.
for taking her
Right.
to other places.
And
right.
if you like, you know, like the cute moments and stuff, like, oh my god, taking me out to like travel the world and stuff like that, that's fine. If you're into that, that's fine. But there's so many movies that do that with more like substance to them. You know, like there's actual dimension to their characters and stuff.
So do you want to talk about shirtless Hayden Christensen? That seems to be the
Oh
only thing you want to talk
my
about.
God.
There's nothing
All
else to
I'm
say, so we
saying,
might as well.
It's just the cherry
This
on
one's crashing
top.
out.
That's all I'll say.
The cherry on top, isn't it
Cherry.
the cherry? Like, isn't it like the whole
It's the whole sundae.
It's the whole Sunday, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He's
When
not even
is- when is
shirtless
he
that
shirtless in
often.
this
Like
He
he's
is in this
When?
movie.
not
When
that
they-
often.
He's in one scene where they
I don't
like
even
make
remember,
out,
is
where
this
they
crazy?
make out
Oh,
on the
yeah,
bed and they're,
right.
like,
Oh,
getting-
right.
Oh
yeah.
right, the kissing
Okay.
scene, right.
Yeah.
He was shirtless in Revenge of the Sith more than
He
in this
was.
movie.
Oh man.
And it didn't do anything for me in that one.
You
either.
actually
That's
like
true.
Revenge of the Sith, right? Like you don't
Mhm.
just like it for Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. That's fine.
Have
You
you
like
not?
this
Have
one
you
just
not
better.
read my letterbox?
No,
review of it?
You actually like did a whole dissection
Uh-huh.
of Revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
And I read the whole thing.
Good.
Yeah.
Even
I'm
though I
glad.
haven't seen I did
You haven't
see it,
seen
but
Revenge of the Sith?
I've seen it, it's just been a long time, so I don't
Okay.
remember anything.
I was gonna
about it.
say that would. Oh man.
I think it's fun. I
I
think
need
Alex.
to do
I think
like
Alex.
I'll do a Star
Alex
Wars
hates
marathon.
that.
I think Alex
I hate it.
overhates the prequels. I don't think they were that bad.
Didn't
I
you
think
give
it's
them
fine.
like all
I gave
like
all
half
three of them
stuff.
half a
I think that's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
I don't like.
You
a single
gave
thing
Revenge
about
of the Sith
them.
the same rating as War of the Worlds. I think that's
That's crazy.
That's
I haven't
insane.
even seen the movie, and that's crazy.
I hate Revenge of the Sith, man. It's so.
What
bad.
is there to
On
hate
the
about
same
it?
level as
What's
War
there to
of the
like
Worlds.
about it?
Everything.
There's nothing-
Actually,
There's
everything.
not a single thing. I
Let's
like
do a
about
Revenge
it.
of the Sith episode.
There's not.
That
so-
would
I think
be-
that's harsh. I think you're being harsh. I think that's
I don't
insane.
think so.
I think that's
What do you
insane.
like about it?
It's fun. It's so much fun.
It makes me want to.
See,
The
Like,
thing is,
I
I
feel
don't
like-
care about. Okay, do you care about like Star Wars lore and stuff?
I don't care about lore, but I like the franchise.
I don't care about like the Star Wars lore and stuff. So to me, if there's any like lore inaccuracies or
I don't
character
care.
like
That-
stuff,
that
then
doesn't.
what do you hate about the movie? Because I thought it was
Everything
that.
else. We're not talking about Revenge. of the Sith
Okay.
right now.
I think it's like I feel like not only just like the way that we like say like me, Usman, Alex, and Avery, like we see movies differently, but it's
We
also
do.
like certain movies you like prioritize like oh how fun it is and how much
Yeah.
you enjoy it rather than like the actual like technical like
Sure.
you know
Yeah.
plot or
Yeah.
you know like the
And-
just the way
yeah.
it was executed.
That's what
And
I did with
Amadeus
Jumper.
is the most fun movie ever for me. I can watch
That
it
says
right now.
everything
I can
about
watch
Alex.
it right now. It's such a fun movie.
that's
and Jumper is just it's less fun. I know it's like it's an action movie, it has like comedy, romance, like on the surface it's
Yeah.
the kind of movie that you would describe as fun, but I don't
Mhm.
find it fun. I was
Yeah.
bored for like half of this movie.
I think the teleporting's fun.
But
That's
yeah,
all.
there's
Yeah.
some fun things, but it's so boring for most of it. Whereas Amadeus, I can watch it right now, and every scene like has me gripped. I find that so
It
fun.
sucks because I feel like there is such a good movie inside of Jumper somewhere if they just pulled the strings correctly and stuff and did the right things. But they didn't because they thought they'd get
Yeah.
a trilogy or something. Instead, they got a YouTube Red series. Let me just say, when you
Crazy.
said that, I hadn't heard the term YouTube Red in
yeah,
so many years.
I was like
Yeah.
YouTube
I was-
Red.
wow.
That's
It's
crazy.
It's been a while.
It's
Yeah.
fucking insane. Okay, well, let's just do ratings.
Final ratings,
Alright,
Alex. I see your rating.
I give it a
You-
4 out of 10.
You rated it. Okay.
And
Sorry.
that's a little high. Because I do think like the first half hour is like pretty fun,
Mhm.
but then once you realize that the movie like is going nowhere and has nothing to say, then it's like okay, this is bad now.
Mm.
Yeah,
but it's fun for a
same.
little bit.
I gave it a 3 out of 10.
No, I saw both of their ratings.
I-
Yours is the highest.
Yeah.
I just wasn't invested whatsoever. I tried to, like I genuinely
Mhm.
tried. I'm sorry.
I
couldn't.
had it on a 3. I'll bump it up to a 4.
Yay!
Okay, well now I just seem mean.
No.
I think I'm still gonna keep mine at a 3.
I'll bump it up to a 4. I think.
Yay!
Only because it invented the slurry jumper. I think
Oh
it's
my
so
God.
funny. I think it's so funny. I love Jumper.
What would you
Jumper.
give it?
I give it like a 9. It's not perfect
What?
10.
A
I
9.
love this
9.
movie.
By the
I
way,
love this movie.
she rewatched
So
this movie like a
sweet.
couple days ago.
I did.
I
Just
was
to,
so
like,
sure
jog
you would
my
say like a
memory.
7 or something.
So
I
Mine is
really like
insane.
this.
I'm
movie.
sorry. I know we're not supposed to do this, but like, what did you give Abduction?
She gave it a
I
6.
don't remember.
And you give
Six.
this a 9?
I really like this movie. This is better than Abduction for me.
Avery.
Now, when you said you gave Amadeus a 5,
Mm-hmm.
Alex actually told you what's unique about the movie to him. He
Mhm.
mentioned the
And
whole
what,
thing.
what I like about
Yeah.
it, what it means
And
to
what,
me.
like, why it resonates with them. Genuinely, why does this movie resonate with you? Why do you like it so
I
much?
really like the side. I mean, I already said all of it.
You did. Go into it. Like, ramble about it for a little bit. Just ramble about it just for a
All
little
right,
bit.
the first
Aw.
thing that's unique, I would
Okay.
say the sci-fi. That
Okay.
whole aspect. I think there was a lot that could have been done there, and I think that there were parts of it that were really done well. I liked a lot of the different. What is the name for this Samuel Jackson
Mace
people?
Windu.
No,
Oh, they're like raiders or
Raiders.
something like
I really
that.
like the fact that there's the Raiders and the Jumpers, and the whole
They're
why they're at each other, or why the Jumpers are just trying to exist, and the Raiders, you know, they're like God. No one deserves a power to teleport. That's
Both
God's.
movies deal with like God in some sort of way. They're
Sure.
like
They're called paladins. That's not even
Paladins.
close.
That's the thing.
paladins, right?
And
But
the
then
paladins
yeah.
are like, you don't deserve the gift of God. So
Yeah.
that's their whole motive, to kill the Jumpers. And the Jumpers are just trying to exist. Some of them do some not so great things like rob a bank. And some people just travel the world and do whatever, like the friend,
Griffin.
Griffin.
Yeah, Jamie Bell.
And I think it's also cool that the Griffin has, because his entire, everything was kind of taken from him. That he's now tracking down the Paladins. It's like a fun little, like, they're at each other, but they're in, like, real world setting, I think that's fun. I think there's the whole, I also really like that Jumper's, like, I don't like these looks. I think it was cool that, like, electricity is what kills them, or electricity is what, like, because then they have all the voltage going through them. I just like the concept of jumpers, and also teleportation's cool, man. I like the action in it.
Sure, okay.
Okay.
No,
that's
no.
fine.
I think that's something.
Yeah,
I think
that's
good. And you
fine.
reminded me of the whole like Paladins. Their whole deal is that only God should have this power.
Yeah.
But it makes you think. If Mace Windu had that power, if all of them had that power, would they feel the same way? No. It's envy. It stems from envy to an extent of like, God didn't give us this, but they gave that fucking Jumper that power.
Maybe.
And so
I think it's okay
There's
that you
the-
like this. I respect that. Connections, I guess.
we have
we
the big one,
discussed
Mozart in
Mozart is in this for 2
Jumper,
seconds.
and
Yeah.
it deals with God in some sort of way. So there you go.
Envy.
Envy with why
True.
you don't have what someone else has, and
That's
why
true.
you're being damned by God in a sense,
Yeah.
which is interesting.
I wish they explored that.
I
in the
wish they
movie,
did.
'cause then Samuel L.
Yeah.
Jackson's character could have had like some dimension to him or
Yeah.
something.
Maybe that gets explained in the sequel.
Which doesn't
though.
fucking
But
exist.
he's the main
But it
villain of this
could.
movie. That should be in this one.
You can't depend on a
Sorry.
sequel. You can't do that. You just can't do that.
And like I feel like if they like a sequel wasn't like I guess like guaranteed, like I feel like they should have made a first movie that has enough substance that people will think, oh, I'm so excited for the sequel. But like this kind of just makes you
Yeah.
feel like what is
I'm excited for the sequel.
This movie
Well,
came out
watch
2000.
the show on YouTube
And also,
Red.
like,
on YouTube Red.
if all of that
True.
stuff is being saved for the sequel, then what happened in this one? Like, what did this
Exactly.
movie
Yeah.
do? You know?
There's just so much lore to establish. There's no time for silly things like characters.
No,
and
no.
themes.
Jumper, no.
Jumper, no. Jumper.
Okay. Well, I mean, is there anything else left to say?
This is the shortest connection segment we've done.
Yeah.
There's nothing else.
No, I mean, we found it
I
too.
mean, we found it quickly.
I think this is the first time we found one of the main actors in one of the movies being in the other ones,
Mhm.
right?
True.
So yeah, that's big.
Yeah.
Jumper, Amadeus. That's insane.
Okay.
Dude, Mozart
Alright.
be jumping.
Mozart
Yeah,
do be
do
jumping.
be jumping.
All right. Well, thank you all so
Yeah.
much. Avery, I'm sorry. Before we go, Avery, you look really sad.
I'm good. I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah.
You look really bummed out.
It's okay.
I'm sad she gave Amadeus a 5.
Everyone's
I'm the one who has a right to be sad here.
We're all sad today. You know,
Yeah.
today's a sad.
We
day.
all came here wearing black.
Yeah,
That's
we're all
true.
wearing black.
We're
It's a
all
really
We're all
sad,
sad,
day.
yeah.
And
This is the real Din funeral.
this is really, this is
Yeah,
really sad.
because Alex is gonna take Avery on back.
True.
Yeah, so Avery
I'm
died.
gonna die.
Yeah.
This is the last
Yeah.
episode of Real
Yeah.
Yeah,
Life.
thanks
Well-
for watching, guys. It was nice while it lasted.
Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. No, thank you so much for listening, and yeah, we'll see you next time. As always, stay fresh.
Stop.
Bye. Love you, everybody.
Listen.